All right, here we go. Hey, welcome to another episode of Low Profile. This is Markley Morrison, and I'm joined today by engineer Miles Rozatti.
Hey, y'all.
And first timer on the show, Jaysen Lee Peters.
Hello, hi.
We're talking this time about someone named Susan Cadogan. She is a recording artist based out of Kingston, Jamaica. I think I've got that right. And back in the early 70s, she had this number one hit called Hurt So Good. Her brand of reggae is a bit different from what was going on in the scene there in Jamaica around this time. I know that a lot of it was getting more political, or a lot of Rastafarian themed songs were coming out at that time. And she became part of a little subset of reggae artists, and they called this new offshoot of reggae lovers rock. So it harkens back to reggae's predecessor rocksteady, in that it's a little bit more R&B than than the heavy like Bob Marley kind of sound. And then rocksteady came out of ska music, which was a little earlier, and ska kind of came out of calypso and mento and other like West Indies little brands of music that were happening, and it all kind of accumulated here in the early 70s with the lovers rock sound. And then many years later, Sade released an album called Lovers Rock that sounded nothing like this, but still pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm a big Sade fan, so she can do no wrong in my opinion. But Susan, man, when I first heard her, I was just like, this is something special. I hadn't really heard anything like it. I mean, it did like kind of have similar vibes to like Toots and the Maytals.
Yeah.
Like just kind of fun, like sunshine reggae, I guess. And I'm sorry, I'm not like a super expert in the field of reggae music, but I do know, I'm big enough nerd to know that this album was produced by Lee Perry.
Yeah,
Lee Scratch Perry.
I saw that, yeah.
And the band on the album is his band, The Upsetters.
Oh, is that right?
So that's probably, plays into why it's pure gold whole way through. This is another favorite track of mine off of that album, and it's called If You Need Me. And we're going to go ahead and hear a little bit of that.
That you don't trust me with something touching
So yeah, my first impression of her stuff was a very positive one.
Yeah.
And I feel like for the longest time, I couldn't find anything out about her on the internet. I mean, I guess this is like before Wikipedia was a big thing, and just
How did you first hear her?
My friend Matt just like found her CD used like British import, and I don't know where he found out about it, but I just found out about it riding in his car with him, and I had to have he made me a tape of it.
Was this the early 2000s?
It was, yeah.
And if you're talking about predating Wikipedia, that must be like 2003 or 4
yeah, somewhere around there. Back about 03.
Yeah, maybe somebody had a blog spot or some articles written about him or something. But besides that,
yeah, no,
just had the music still.
She like didn't exist as far as Google was concerned, and I somehow managed to now you can find her music on Spotify, like multiple albums. She did some stuff in she did an album called Soulful Reggae that had a lot of like classic R&B covers on it in the early 90s, like maybe 1992. And the production on that one is quite different. She's not working with Lee Perry anymore, but it's still good, and her voice sounds I think her voice is just sort of what drew me into the music, and her inflections on certain words.
I remember times, my love, when we really had it all. You were always there to make me smile, help me when I fall. Ooh, I can't believe you're leaving me when there's so much more to say. I can't let you go. Ooh, every time I look at you, I still can feel it glow. Let it be, let it grow.
And so I know from very recent research, she had kind of a musical family apparently, because her mother, Lola Cadogan, released some 78s in the 1950s.
Oh wow!
Of like devotional songs.
Huh?
And
Still in Kingston?
I believe so. I'm not totally clear on that, but I have a feeling we're gonna find out for sure. But I want to play a little bit of Lola Cadogan's music. It's definitely not reggae, but I think you can hear the production maybe carrying on into further into the future of the family. This is Lola. Very kind of traditional folk sort of sound.
Yeah.
Was that
That's Susan's mother, Lola. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's very eerie.
Yeah, she's got quite the vibrato.
Yeah. She's not slowing down on that vibrato. Very, very busy tonsils.
Yeah.
She's got some. So Susan had a few other albums come out that I'm aware of. I was able to track one of them down. You see that one over there, Miles?
I sure do. I was looking at it when we came in. Doing It Her Way.
Yeah, Doing It Her Way.
By Susan Cadogan.
And that album is, I found it's like really lush string arrangements and like kind of like big band sounding horns.
In Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today.
I'd say the album's maybe about 40% like just plain like, you know, soul with like kind of a like almost like a later Motown vibe.
Oh wow.
And then the rest of it is reggae, but with these like really elaborate arrangements.
And the cover is great. Susan's like sprawled out on some kind of like pillow or something like that, and then there's a couple palm trees that are silhouetted by moonlight, and there's a couple little lovebirds
Two
or something.
lovebirds, yeah.
Yeah, on the branch there, right in front of the moon.
In the silhouette. Yeah.
And it's mostly covers, isn't it? We were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's mostly covers. I'd say I'm familiar with about half of the tunes on there. She does a Imagine by John Lennon and Something by the Beatles. And then, let's see, what else is on there? Can you reach that from here?
We've got on side 1, Hurt So Good, Say a Little Prayer, Ghetto Cowboy, Imagine,
Ghetto Cowboy.
Will You Love Me Tomorrow?
Cowboy.
I'm guessing that's by the Shirelles.
Uh-huh.
Swinging on a Star, I Can See Clearly Now, on
Uh-huh.
side 2.
That's a real popular song in the reggae world. Yeah.
Let Me Try Again, Something, Love Me Baby, How Do You Feel the Morning After, and closing out side 2 is Call My Name.
Yeah, I think about half of those songs were written for this album. And then, you know, the rest was, you know, songs that she wanted to do her own way.
This is a really cool album cover.
Yeah, there's a big number 4 on her chest, but I think somebody else added that.
Yeah, I was wondering. I don't think that's part of the cover. Probably.
It looks like a fat Sharpie
might.
did that. I don't know.
I might look it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hard to say. It could go either way.
But anyways, Susan Cadogan, these days she lives in between Jamaica and Florida. And right now she's in Florida and she's awake. And I think I'm going to give her a call because I also have her phone number.
Oh wow.
And just find out more. What's this lady's story?
Yeah, let's talk to Susan.
Okay.
Is it a landline?
I'm not sure. Yep, here she is. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, is this...
I don't know what happens when you call and I answer. I can't hear anything.
Oh,
And then it says call not supported or something. But it's okay, I can call you.
okay, good.
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Yeah,
Well, good.
so this is the Susan Cadogan.
Yes.
Am I saying your name correctly?
Well, in England they always say Cadogan.
Cadogan.
But it's really Cadogan.
Cadogan.
Oh.
Yeah, Susan Cadogan.
Well, can we call you Susan?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm Markley, and I'm here with my friends Jaysen
Hello.
and Miles.
Hi.
Oh. Hi, night.
And
Okay.
yeah, we just listened to a recording of your mother, Lola, and
Okay.
yeah, we did.
Which one was that? The one in French?
Yes, it was.
Or-
It was the one in French.
Maman, dites-moi.
Yeah, I think maybe your brother might have posted it on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, he made those from cassettes. Those were recorded without like proper mics and stuff like that. That was just recorded by a tape recorder in the open air.
Oh wow.
And Paul put it. I don't know how he got it on a CD. Yeah, all the things. We have quite a few of her recordings on that he transferred from the cassette to the CD.
Wow.
Yeah.
They sound great. Like, yeah, really, production-wise,
Good.
it sounds nice. I like
They
it.
sound very alive.
Yeah. And, yeah, she has an incredible voice.
It's just open air with a piano playing and herself singing, and it's being taped like those old-time cassette recorders. It's not like you're in a studio with headphones and mic and stuff. There's no mic apart from the mic picking it up in the recorder, in the tape recorder.
Right.
Because that's from like way back in the 80s or whenever, you know.
Wow.
Long ago.
Now,
But she was a trained singer.
was she an influence on you?
Yes. Well, from when I was little, I remember her always singing. And she used to sing some really beautiful lullabies to my brother Paul, who came 11 years after me. So, and at that age, I had started liking music. I used to listen and sing along. So I learned the lullabies, and I used to sing him to sleep. And I was fiddling with the piano and stuff like that. And eventually I went into the choir at church because, you know, my father is a minister, a Methodist minister.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, she sang all the time. She used to go to like choir practice and sing with the Y choral group, with the Philharmonic Orchestra. Sometimes some visitors from Canada would come and she would sing, and she used to have solo parts. So she was always singing. But, you know, she sang with this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the vibrato.
Vibrato.
Yeah, she, but she used to sing her so good with me all the time, you know.
Aw, that's
Yes.
great. Now,
I couldn't sing like her, but she could sing my songs.
well, that must have been fun. How did you get from the choir to working with Lee Scratch Perry?
When I was in the choir, I was like in my early teens. That was in Jamaica, Cook Methodist Church downtown. And I really have I don't remember ever saying I'm going to be a singer and want to sing and I'm going to try and find a producer and sing. I used to just sing around the house and sing with my records at night to exercise until my good friend, my best friend, her boyfriend introduced me. Well, she introduced me to her boyfriend, who took me down to Lee Perry to record a song for him. Because she told him, you know, Anne is my real name. Anne can sing. So he gave me a song to learn. That's Love My Life. My very first recording, Love My Life, Love of My Life.
I love that one.
He took me, it sounds with a kind of xylophone, kind of very pretty. Mm-hmm. So the producer of that took me to a studio to record it, and I didn't even know I was in the Black Ark. Because the Black Ark of Lee Scratch Perry, he took me to record Love My Life. And that's where I met Scratch, and he asked me to sing If I Knew Hurt So Good. So, of course, I knew it because I was always singing and listening to the radio, but mostly I was into, like, the Motown soul music, rather than reggae.
That comes across, yeah.
Yeah, so when I said, yeah, I know it. So he played the thing, and he said, go and try it. He asked Jerry if I could try a song for him. In fact, his words were, Jerry, lend me a singer now. So I went and sang the thing, and he said, yeah, man, that's how I want it, man. Go and sing it again. And I sang it again, and that's how I recorded Hurt So Good. And he said to me, that's Perry. I really like your voice and stuff, and I'd like you to sing more for me. And he gave me some little cassettes to go and learn songs. And of course, I was excited over the moon. It didn't enter my head that, listen, you're recording music and contract and whatever. It didn't occur to me. I just took, from then on, I just started going to the Black Ark every weekend, and I'd sing and sing for Lee Perry. All the songs he gave me to learn. Top of the Pop. Scratch and sang Hurt So Good. Hurt So Good was the second song I recorded in my life.
Wow.
And it just, boom.
Yeah, it blew up really big. And especially in England, right?
Yeah, well, reggae music, I don't know. UK and Europe have a feel for reggae music. They love reggae, ska, rock steady from way back. From Millie Small went over there with My Boy Lollipop and stuff. But
sure.
I think when she was there, I don't know if they didn't have this BBC show, Top of the Pops. But it's like I remember them saying to me, like, as the first black girl, young girl coming on.
Yeah.
And every person in London was watching that night to see me.
That was the most popular show, yeah.
Yeah, Top of the Pops, BBC. Every week they had the top 40 countdown, but they'd pick out songs that were doing well, and then they'd feature them. And as you went up the chart, you'd go back every other week or so. And the first time I went on, I was outside the top 40, I remember, and it flew right in at 25. Then it went from 25 to 11, 11 to 4, with a bullet.
Wow.
When you have the bullet,
wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then all the legal controversy started, and it was removed from the chart because, Lee Perry was a Trojan artist. Trojan is a big company that controls all the reggae music.
Yeah.
And somehow Hurt So Good was sold out to Magnet Records, which is a big white company in London. And when they are the ones who really spent the money and pushed Hurt So Good, they flew me over, look after me, did Top of the Pops, all these TV shows in Europe and around. I was like a celebrity. I mean, I lived in Holiday Inn for 9 weeks. That was my home. And when Hurt So Good reached number 4, Trojan came and said, this is my song.
Oh, man.
Lee Perry is my artist, and it's my song.
Wow.
That time, I wasn't signed to Lee Perry. So I don't know. It was really a big mix-up. But that was 75, and it was like 1991 before I realized what was happening and got a lawyer and got a cent from Hurt So Good. So, the funds of Hurt So Good really eluded me. So I'm not a rich artist.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I guess that's probably why you re-recorded Hurt So Good for Magnet Records, didn't you?
When after that happened, I was working with Pete Waterman of Stock Aikman Waterman. He liked it and took it to Magnet and said, this song is a hit song. So with that, I suppose I negotiated. But for their album, the album that I recorded from scratch, week after week in Jamaica, as I said, I went every weekend. From it, they should have had the follow-up to Hurt So Good, but because of the suing and the controversy, Magnet didn't want anything to do with that album. So Magnet got Peter Waterman to produce a different album. So I had to re-record Hurt So Good for him. Plus, that's a song, that's the album, Doing It Her Way.
Yeah,
that's my second album.
I got a copy of it right here.
We're looking at it right now.
I managed to find one. I've been looking for a copy of Hurt So Good for a long time. I'm a record nerd.
Album?
Yeah, I'm a record nerd, so I got to have the vinyl.
Well, it was re-released. It has been re-released twice under that Perry album. It was re-released the end of not last year, the year before.
But I just got Doing It Her Way, and I brought it here to the studio so we could all take a look and listen to a little bit of it. It's very different in the production.
Very different. Yeah. It's a lighter production. I remember going to the studio with Pete Waterman and a whole lot of musicians, and he'd say, come on, lads, we're going to play back into reggae. And everybody would just start to bounce and play, but it's a different feel.
Sure.
But Pete Waterman has become such a big-time producer. I didn't even know people knew. Let's play that record. But a lot of people seem to like tracks from this album and consider it, well, in London. It's completely different from Lee Perry's Hurt So Good album.
It really is,
right?
Yeah.
Well, I
all the
no
strings
album I've
on
done.
there and...
Yeah, the strings. It's what they call sophisticated reggae.
Yeah. Take it out of the streets. Dress it up.
And Perry is just the raw roots of it. Because what people say Perry did, because of the kind of softness of my voice, to put it on the heavy rhythms, the mixture that he got.
That's the magic.
He was, and he sincerely seems to really like me and consider me, because he did a BBC interview once where he named his favorite singers, and he named me. Bob Marley, Curtis Mayfield, I was right up there with them, so he seems to consider me.
I have to agree.
But he was different, and I have to say, in the years gone by, I've done like 3 albums for Arriva Records, Mad Professor. I've done 9 albums altogether, and none of them can come up like a Hurt So Good album.
Well, sometimes you're just in the moment. And I really like Soulful Reggae from '92. That was
that's my worst album.
Is it? Well, that says a lot.
Well, I remember Neil Fraser, who's my professor, saying that, I'm going to call it that because you have this kind of thing in your singing. Kind of soulfulness. I tell you, I'm very influenced by like Diana Ross and the Supremes and that kind of era.
Yeah.
So, but for soulful reggae, he recorded that album in like 2 weeks. I'd sing off 3 songs in a day, and I was drinking brandy. When I sang Band of Gold, I was as tipsy as ever.
Now that you go
That was my favorite one.
It was awful. I don't like it at all.
Well, Susan, it's been nice talking to you. We gotta go. I'm just kidding. You kept going for did you ever stop? I mean, it seems pretty consistent. You're about to go on tour, and
people think that I stopped. And if you read, like Trojan, there were 50 years. Is it this year or last year? They're celebrating 50 years, and they have Hurt So Good on their essential Trojan album. Hurt So Good. Well, I'm happy for that. And on it, they'd have a little bio of each of the artists, and in it, they seem to feel that I just faded away. I just disappeared. But what happened is because I didn't get, really paid. Magnet looked after me when I was in London and stuff, and they gave me an advance on their contract. But I wasn't earning, so I went back in the library. But they kept calling me, so every time somebody wanted me to do music, I'd go back, but I'd really keep my job. So
Sure.
I used to say I work in the library and I'm a part-time singer. So it's not until I really retired from active 9-to-5 work that I really started. I couldn't find any other job because nobody wants to employ anybody when you get too old. So I went back to the singing, and it has been so fulfilling for me that even at this stage I'm still recording, because right now I'm still working on more music with my Canadian producer, and I wrote a new album, The Girl Who Cried, which has a lot of kind of more old-fashioned thing there, because this producer, Mitch G-Rail, in Canada, he even got in a Hammond organ to get the sounds, and it had live drums and stuff.
Broken promises, I open my mouth and let them go. They're just so.
But to appeal to the crowd where I'm known, like Europe and things, because I'm not that well known in the States or even in Jamaica. Although Jamaica, I was female artist of the year in 81, but,
Yeah, and you live in the States part-time, right?
I'm supposed to live in the States. I'm a resident alien. But I'm always, that's how I earn is by singing, so I'm always up and down. So I say wherever I am is home. That's what I say, because I'm in London. I'm leaving for London soon, because I have a series of shows in Germany and around the UK. And then I'll come back, and I have to go back December, because I have a nice show with Madness, House of Fun, the 1st of December.
Wow.
And I've shows for next year already too. And it's like, for me, I just feel, when I was younger, I felt inhibited and shy. Now I don't care. I just go out and boom. I just sing, and if I feel to lift my leg, I lift it. I just feel liberated.
Oh yeah, no, I've watched some performances that are on YouTube and everything from recent shows, and it's a joyful time. It's.
I just enjoy myself, and it's so nice to get the reaction from the people and all the nice comments, and the write and big me up and thing on Facebook and whatnot, because most of my family don't really think much of the music, because I don't come home with a gold mine. So they feel that it's a waste of time, but they don't understand the satisfaction.
Yeah. Are there more musicians in your family?
Well, my younger brother, the one who came 11 years after me, he sings too. In fact, he has joined with me on quite a few shows, even in London. And he sings at weddings and stuff. And he wrote songs. He has written quite a few. Even one of my latest Spotify, I don't know why.
My soul, 'cause when I watch you, you're never there. When I need you,
everybody seems to like. 'Cause
Oh, I
sing
love it.
live now. Don't know why. Paul wrote it. That's Paul.
Oh, wow.
And my elder brother used to play guitar, and my sister used to dance and sing. So, it's like I don't know where I never ever knew what I wanted to be, and this career was just given to me. So I just, most people go up, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a teacher, I'm going to be whatever. Up to now, I don't know what I want to be. So I was given my career, and now at this age, I just enjoy it.
Yeah, sounds like somebody got blessed.
Yeah, and I'm still getting blessed,
Yeah.
Because honestly, I go into it with an open heart. It's a really rough business, You have to have a tough skin.
Yeah.
Every time I try and stand up for myself and be tough, I get worse beaten. So, a lot of people I find take advantage of it because they would say, Susan, sing this and thing, and they they don't have this money. I say, okay, or something, and I don't feel that. I think sometimes some singers go overboard and charge too much just to show that they're, I don't know, if I can go in a small place and entertain and have a good time, it's as good for me as being on a big stage. In fact, it's even more. I prefer a more intimate setting. Like I have a show the 6th of July, the Hideaway in Streatham. That's a very nice setting. You sit. Everybody sits and thing, And then I have the 27th of July, have a show with Boney M. I think it's only one of them, though, but, from that era.
Did you say in New Orleans?
Boney, no, that's in Nottingham.
Oh,
All of them are in UK and Europe. All the shows coming up that I have. Once every year I go over, sometimes twice a year, and do my little shows and get my thrills. I eat my fish and chips and things.
Oh, yeah.
I love London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but
I'm pretty sure this show is global, so where can people find out about your performances?
Well, I have a little EPK, electronic press kit, at SusanCadogan.com, and in it the shows are listed and updated. But sometimes when I'm over there, usually, on my work permit, when I go over there, if I get another show, as long as I get it added to it, But that's where you can find out information about me, as well as on Facebook. Everything is Facebook. I only keep the Facebook. Right? I tried to Instagram, and I just can't keep up. I tried to tweet, and I can't get to tweet.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I don't have a Twitter myself, yeah.
I just, sometimes I might, put a little thing there, cause.
Yeah.
But Facebook really, to me, controls social media. I don't know. People say Instagram is a thing, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. Instagram.
If anybody really wants to find me, they just,
I think that's the thing, If folks want to find you, they find you,
Yeah. I started a Twitter account, I think maybe 9 years ago, and I forgot the password, and I never missed it.
It's something else, this internet thing, people, that's why I turn off, I don't really keep my phone on in Messenger, because people just call me and I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's a real common thing, I think, nowadays,
Yeah, and sometimes I have some real creepiness going on. So well, I'm nice to everybody, but I get myself in trouble every now and then by saying something, or people think you're not being nice to them, or you don't them, and boy. Anyway, what to do?
Yeah, what to do?
What to do?
I say just keep on doing what you're doing, because it seems to be working.
Yeah, because for me to still keep going, what is amazing though? I suffer from sciatica. a lot of people when they get older they have this sciatica thing.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
pain in the leg, and now I have this pain in my wrist and my knee and thing. You see,
getting
when
young-
I get on that,
Yeah, it's getting younger and younger nowadays too. My best,
When I
our
get
good bud
on-
Andrew.
the,
Too. Yeah.
the amazing thing is, I never ever feel a pain while I'm singing. As I get that mic and go on that stage and your little kind of apprehension passes, I don't feel any pain. I whine and go up and whine and come down and enjoy myself. And then when I get back to the hotel the night, no, I just drop down and say, hi.
You know what that means? You know what that means, Susan? You can't stop singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta sing forever.
Mash up and get muscle contractions, so I try to make sure I have Gatorade or someone else drinks a lot, you know, because, you know, you lose a lot of water on stage.
Yes.
It keeps me fit.
Oh yeah. Do you have any like pre-show, rituals? Like, do you eat? Do you not eat? Like what do you do before a show?
I used to not eat because when you sing, when you and sing, you're taking air and you can't be burping in the middle of the singing.
Yeah.
So I didn't eat. But what started to happen to me now, because earlier on, now that I'm older, I'm more active on stage than before. So one show, my head started to swim. I hadn't eaten from like lunchtime. I had a little thing. And the heat in the place and the sweating, I saw everybody kind of moving in front of me, and I turned to I said, I don't feel good. I had to leave and come off stage, and I got me a sweet drink, and I ate a little biscuit and thing and smelled some alcohol to go back out and finish the show. So they say I have to eat. So what I do now, I eat not right before, but I have to eat. And you don't eat peanuts, certain things you don't eat. You don't have anything too cold with ice and stuff like that. But I do eat a little something because you lose your energy, or a little B12 pill will help you too.
Oh,
it's
that's a good
hard
tip.
work, People think you just run out and it's wonderful. You work hard. You have to prepare for that show, rehearse for that show, and go out on that stage and deliver every time.
Yeah.
So if you're not enjoying what you're doing, you're not able to. So you have to be fit enough. And I used to run through my set every night for like a month coming up to a show, but I can't do it anymore. All I want to do is lay down in my bed and flick my channels on my teeth.
Yeah.
So... But I try, and it's really nice.
Yeah.
I find a lot of fun in it. And it's like I play out this fantasy in my head that I had from as a little girl when I used to picture myself being like a Diana Ross.
Yeah.
Hey, me too,
It's, yeah.
You too?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I love, I play bass along to Supreme songs all the time, and try and sing along, so a little bit,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so...
Well, Susan, I think we're about to wrap it up here. But
those are great tips though for singing, like and just performing in general. Yeah, that was real helpful stuff for aspiring singers.
Yeah,
I
you
think.
have to make sure that you have energy you can't wilt halfway. That's why when you're preparing your set, you may have up tempo and you tone it down with a slow so you get to revive and then you come back again and what you find is that I remember once I went on a 34 city tour with a band called the Slackers.
I know the Slackers.
After like the first two shows, I cried. I said, I cannot do this. You sing. By the time you finish singing, you get in the bus, you travel, you read. Sometimes you barely, it's very taxing. But by the middle of it, it was just going bam, bam. And when the tour ended, I missed it. So you have to make sure that you are fit and ready And most of all, if you don't really love what you're doing, you know, a lot of people think being a singer so nice and glamorous, you get money and you're rich and famous and things. It is blooming hard work, and so I see a lot of singers. You see what happens to them with the drugs and thing and the dead off and thing like that? It's rough. So you have to temper it till you can't overdo it. That's why I'm glad that I have stayed kind of on the outside and come in and do and then retreat and come in. I don't just let the music take me over. I take what I can from it, because it will destroy you. I'm telling you, as much as you love it and how beautiful it is a very demanding career, and it takes a lot out of you. But the end result, you know, the music is forever. The music will be there even years after.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I tell them that even my bigger brother is a doctor, he's a urologist. But in he's what now? 10-something. In 30 years, he's gone. In 30 years, people might still hear, don't you know that it hurts so good? It hurts so good. You know, so me and my little self, I don't have no degree, I don't have nothing, but
Yeah.
wow,
You're immortal
I'm so
now.
happy. Yeah, I'm blessed. You know?
Yeah.
You know, something good was given to me, and I appreciate the good and the bad and the ugly of it all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. See how you got in touch with me and wanted to speak to me? Isn't that wonderful?
It is.
Yeah, I'm so happy that we got to have this conversation.
Yeah, you know, I was listening to you in the lab today. I had school all day, but I was listening to your records, you know, via my computer, you know. But man, it was I just love your voice. I love your songs, and I love talking to you. You're an amazing woman. Yeah. It's a pleasure.
I'm my father's daughter. My father's a chatterbox, you know. It's a ministers. He can talk up a storm. You know, my father is still alive. He's 104, and
Wow.
his mind is as sharp, or not, sharper than mine, because I forget things. He forgets nothing, and he talks a lot. So I've always loved, like, literature and poetry, and
Me too.
I write. I can write. I've always been writing. In fact, I wrote quite a lot of, what did I call my book again? I can't remember now, but I lost it on the blooming computer. You know, so I chat a lot. I'd love to write out my story, because it has been something else, I'm telling you.
Yeah, you
I
should.
believe it. I hope you do.
Yeah, I've had some experiences, I'm telling you. Poof. Too much. It would take 2 weeks, because I did an interview in Jamaica the other day, you know, and we didn't get to half talk about, you know, because sometimes you talk about something is straight, or you digress to a different thing, and then you just don't get back to what you really were saying.
Right.
Yeah,
True.
man. But I've enjoyed every minute of it, and I have more that I want to do. And I write a lot of songs, and my greatest wish is that somebody famous would sing one of them.
Yeah.
And I'd retire gracefully.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, God. Yeah, man.
we'll be looking forward to your book,
Yeah.
and hopefully that I'd love to be able to see you perform someday. Depends on.
Yeah, are you coming stateside anytime? Or I guess I should say to the West Coast anytime soon. You know, that's.
At what?
Are you coming to the West Coast of the United States anytime soon? You know, like California or Oregon or Washington?
You know, last year, the band that backed me up for my European shows was from California, the Debonaires, and they invited me to California. Well, a member of the band was sick, but I think they're back out again now, and they said I should wait till November. They're going to see if they organize something, so who knows? And Jump Up Records in Chicago, Chuck Wren, I performed in Chicago once, and I was in Hawaii with Mad Professor, and so who knows? But I know I have to be back in London in the November, so maybe. Who knows?
Okay. Well, we'll be keeping watch. And
Yeah, we'd love to see you out here,
thank you so much for your time, Susan. And,
It was lovely talking with you. Yeah, it was a real pleasure.
Yeah, and if I am able to get you Heart So Good LP, you send me your address and I'll send it over from London. Sometime I can go in the company and get some,
Oh, that would be amazing.
And I can also give you my latest one, The Girl Who Cried.
Ooh.
It's a song, The Girl Who Cried. It has on Don't Know Why. And it has on Don't You Burn Your Bridges. I re-recorded a couple of the tracks from Perry's album.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Great.
And I have an album called Chemistry of Love that I produced with my brother Paul.
Oh, wow.
I got so cheated that we tried to produce ourselves, but it's not easy to do. Like, you're not in the business, you don't know what you're doing. You just can't make it. You really have to be in the business to work it, So I have that album, Chemistry of Love, and I saw it. Let me tell you, somebody had it selling for £500.
Oh my goodness!
Online, and I don't know where it's from or how. Oh boy, I don't know. One word business, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just good thing that I've survived, and I hope I can keep going for another. I say I'll retire at 70, so I have 2 years to go.
Wow.
All right.
Wow. All right. Well, we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Alrighty.
All
Thanks
right.
for getting in touch and wanting to talk. Yeah. And I wish you all the best with your what is it? The podcast?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. You'll fix up and you'll play some music too.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You'll
definitely.
We'll we'll go back and maybe play little bits of all the songs you talked about, and and we already played through several songs before we talked to you. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you need any, you can I can send you MP3s of like some that you can't find.
Oh,
yeah.
Because my music is hard. It's like Piece of My Heart. Take a Little Piece of My Heart was my big Jamaican hit.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
very good.
Susan.
And thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. You have a lovely night.
Good night.
You too. Night, night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Bye-bye.
That just took me into another world.
Right? Man,
Yeah, that was.
Susan, what a woman.
Yeah, it was great to get some insight
so
on her
kind.
life.
Yeah, she's super cool.
What a sweet lady.
Yeah, full of great stories and great advice. Yeah, just a lovely person.
All right. Well, thanks, Jaysen.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I wanted to ask so many questions, but right as I would think of it, one of you just ask it. And I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm just gonna listen to this story. I want to hear this answer.
Yeah,
Your aura's coming through on the headphones.
Yeah, and
It's
it was
like-
great to just like sit there and listen. I'm right there with
Can
you.
you hear me breathing?
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Later.
Well, now we can all find out more about Susan Cadogan off our bucket list. We did it together, and I'm glad we did. She, in fact, did send me her new CD, The Girl Who Cried. It's well worth adding to your collection. I've been listening to it on repeat lately. It has a real old school vibe, and her voice sounds as fresh today as it did back then. Kind of a two-tone vibe on this album, honestly. And I'm going to play a little bit of one of my favorite tracks from that album right now. It's called I Don't Want Anybody But You. You can order it from her website, susancadogan.com. So late last month, my wife brought a third little girl into our family, and so this episode goes out to our new baby, Penelope. I have a feeling that she's going to bring a lot of fun into the mix. The next episode features a band I've been following closely since I first heard them as a teenager. I'm talking about Soul Junk.
I crushed like a lobster, the size of Loch Ness. Credit card slipped in and popped your address. Now you.
Soul Junk is a stylistically amorphous gospel group from California, and I got to interview their frontman, Glenn Galloway, in his own Singing Serpent studio located in San Diego.
Yeah, the early Soul Junk was just very much just like, let it rip, let it roar. Way too Christian for the weirdos, way too weirdo for the Christians, you know?
If you're listening to this episode when it comes out, I hope you're having a great summer. Please tell a friend about this episode if you enjoyed it. And if you want some free swag, I will mail you a button and a sticker. Just send an email to lowprofilemarkley@gmail.com. Also, we have a Patreon account set up if you want to send us a few bucks every now and then. That can be found at lowprofilepodcast.com. Till next time, one love.
Blow up your oscilloscope, ask the Pope. Cause true religion speaks to those with no hope. And bootstrap believers with just enough rope to let you drop when you hit the point that you can't cope. Y'all can.